One, two, three in the place to be. It's your player partners from the bottom of the map.
From the bottom of the map.
It's your dog Israel.
I Hayes. Oof. Boy, it's
What?
been a long time.
Ain't seen your face in a little minute, man.
Hey. What T-Pain used to say, I'm going through a lot. Straight up.
But happy to see your face again. Make sure everybody that's tuned in, tapped in with us, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share, and always up in them comments. We gonna holler back at you. Since right now we in the dead period of a lot of sports action, football anyway. We got the NFL draft coming up. So just wanted to drop a little line or two about the NFL draft and things been going down the past couple of days, and basically I'm kind of sick of the draft. I'm sick of the combine. The combine is getting like it's overrated. To me, it's just like a money play. Like the NFL don't have nothing to run in that space, so the
Exactly.
combine is just like they're running it into the ground 40 times, which mean nothing.
Shuttle
Um,
run.
shuttle run, how much you can bench press. None of this stuff means nothing in the evaluation of talent, and y'all glued to it.
Backstory about the player.
Bro, it don't mean nothing. And I'm actually happy that players like Marvin Harrison Jr. and Caleb Williams are not participating, because for what? And we were talking about earlier, like how do you have these scouts, NFL talent scouts that are at every college football game all year round, and then you want them to go to the combine to throw against no defense, no offensive line? Like, what's the point? It don't really get. And then we talk about Mario Cristobal being a good evaluator of talent. How many times do these NFL teams miss? It's like every year, constantly. They miss on quarterbacks, they miss on offensive linemen, they miss on receivers. It's like, what's the point of the combine anymore, other than just being like, oh, I went to the combine? Like, what's the point? Like, what are we doing it for anymore?
I think, like you said, it's really about there's that dead season in football. It ain't nothing going on. So everybody is trying to have a storyline and they sensationalize it. And like you said, what you going to the combine for when you got tape? Then on top of that, you gonna be the Jets and take Zach Wilson with the number one. You want to hear what the bullshit gonna be this year? I'm calling it now. Top 10, you take Bo Nix. You take Bo Nix. Woe for the team that takes Bo Nix. Why do you fire the GM now? Whoever makes that pick, fire them. If you don't get Bo Nix in the third or fourth round, if it's me, I'm not drafting him. I'm not drafting him, but they're gonna do it. You know it. You've seen him. He's been there. Same thing with Zach Wilson. Why are you gonna do that? Hold on. You've been needing real bad. We need us a car that's gonna work. And you go get Zach Wilson with your number one pick. Who else does this? The Bears. So it's like I feel like honestly, this is about players who are third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, maybe not even drafted, that are trying to make some noise. I don't think it's for the first round. I think everybody knows who's going to be penciled in right there. It's really about how you spin the other things. And then I think at that point, it becomes to be like, oh, okay, who else needs what you want? And getting value out the pick, something that the Patriots used to do every year, right? These guys, when they say fuck the draft, we're gonna bring them in for the low, an undrafted free agent. Okay, and get 2 or 3 years, put them on. Okay, boom, you on the practice squad. I'm like, look, that's what this is really about. So all of this right here is for people. To me, too, is for the casual football fans that don't really know everybody else. If you really understand sports, you start to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of fact-based things. You start to understand this, like it's your job a little bit. And that's how you know the GM can't do their job or the coaching can't make this. So this is just about people who don't watch, don't know, and the agents and the hype. The
Yeah,
agents and the hype.
because you think about it, like it's almost like the higher you go, the more money you get. So if you show out at the combine, for your agent, you may be able to leverage more money, or you may be able to leverage more out of teams. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, like you said, if you run a fast 40 time, that may take you from maybe possibly being an undrafted to maybe being a fifth or sixth rounder. But outside of that, if you're first, second round, even third round, I believe, 40 time don't mean you can catch. It don't mean you can read defenses. It don't mean you can tackle. It don't mean you can throw good. It doesn't mean anything because it's a lot of people that go out there and they're like combine freaks, and you get them on the field and they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing.
No,
You can
I definitely, like you said, the first round shouldn't go. I don't think nobody from the first round should go. Maybe not even the second round, right? But I think all them other, like if I'm at an HBCU or I'm at a small school or I got character issues, so I might drop, you know what I'm saying? Or like you said, because at that point, I feel like or you're a second rounder and there's some questions about you and you want to play yourself to the end of that first round. If it's outside of that, so Leo, your Marvin Harrisons, your Caleb, all of them boys in the first. And then here's another thing we ain't talk about. If I'm Bo Nix, I know I'm not that strong. I ain't showing you no more because I'm gonna miss passes. I'm gonna miss passes with no pass rush, with not my receiver. Because I heard that boy did not look good. The Senior Bowl. If you're not a good quarterback, but you are ready for the high, don't show no more. If I'm your agent, I already know how to play this game. Okay, at this point, we're just interviewing well, and we're selling ourselves to be a team guy because we're going to meet with all the teams. Right? We're about to meet with all 30 of the teams. They're about to give us the wonder lick. So you know what I'm saying? Like, look, this ain't nothing but test taking and talking. We're going to shine there. If you're in the first round, you're going to get it guaranteed, and they're going to already have that fifth-year option. So that's it. Like somebody like Bo Nix, this may be your biggest check here. And now I'm not trying to put a cap on the dude, right? I don't know him. And I'm thinking over time, you can become a serviceable backup. Notice I never said starter. You can become a serviceable backup. But other than that, because he didn't look good in the
you remind me you know the name Drew Lock? He like Drew Lock. You know, some of them just career backups, like may not even see the field.
And that's respectable. But a lot of people, why GM spend that on their first round? Like,
I mean, like, and they talking about somebody like Drake May being the second or third pick overall.
I already told you they love North Carolina. Listen, Mitch Trubisky had 1 year as a starter. He did ball that year in the ACC. At North Carolina. It was above average. I can't say that he was elite. He was a killer. He went in the first round to the Bears. And the Bears GM fired him. He better not never be a GM on nobody else's team. And I bet when I go back and look, he got a job somewhere, right? He got a job somewhere. This shit crazy. Can't make this up. 1 year of tape, this is the dude that you want to run my high power, you know what I'm saying, $1 billion franchise. So that's why I'm like, yo, these GMs, how these people are getting these jobs when there's an old school black man who a coach who he ain't need no coach. He just don't watch football for 30 years or 40 years. He gonna tell you right now, that boy ain't no good.
Ain't no good. The eye test will tell you. And it's gonna be a lot of teams. I already seen kind of how they have the quarterback, order of who's gonna be taken. They got Michael Penix like behind. He's like the sixth quarterback that can come off the board. And I'm just like, y'all are tripping. Like y'all gonna miss out. Michael Penix gonna be one of the ones that slips to the second or third round, and he gonna end up being better than all them quarterbacks.
I think the injury concerns, because he's another one now. Speaking of Mitch Trubisky, he's only really played one full healthy year. He didn't play. Did he play last year like that? Was he healthy the year before?
He was injured, but he played last year. He played. He had 2 years at Washington where he played.
So that's what I'm saying. Then he's been injured most of his time. When not injured, he's great. But you know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's an ACL. He ain't a receiver. He ain't a running back. He ain't a linebacker. Like it ain't nothing where his throwing arm. Listen, when you see this man in the pocket throwing the ball, eye talent, like we look at the eye test. He got it better than everybody else.
He plays angry, but if he does get hurt, put it this way. So, Saquon Barkley, you know what I'm saying? Like I think he's been great for the New York Jets, but the knock is that what they're gonna say is like, dang, you be hurt, you miss 3 or 4, you feel me? You miss 4 to 5 games almost every year. Now, when healthy, you do this. So you know what I'm saying? I'm if I'm a GM, I'm drafting him anyway, right? But I am going to get a backup. I make sure I got me an Alex Smith, or I got me, you know what I'm saying, Fitzpatrick, you know what I'm saying? I got a serviceable backup. So, I get you. But yeah, Drake May, I'm just don't bet on North Carolina on quarterback, so I'm gonna say he's not gonna be as good as they think he is.
I don't think so either. I don't think so
Do you
either.
think Michael Penix is the best quarterback then in this draft?
I think he's the best, like all around quarterback. I know they got Caleb, they got Drake May, they got JJ McCarthy,
I think JJ McCarthy, and this is just me.
they got Jaden Daniels. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think JJ McCarthy is garbage. I don't think he's that good. I don't even know if he's gonna even be a. I don't know. Nah, let me say I do know. He's not gonna be good. That boy not gonna be good. And we're gonna revisit this because I done recorded this, and I'm like, why are you lying to me? He didn't have to throw like this. No. This ain't no Tom Brady. I understand he went to Michigan, but nah, this guy here, you get this in the sixth round.
And they're hoping on that, like watching because of Michigan's style, that he might have just been, this talented quarterback who just played in the system where they didn't throw. So they're just like
He didn't put a ball in that national champion. That bitch was looking wobbly. That bitch wasn't looking strong. That bitch don't look like it got no fire on it. So I'm like, why are y'all trying to lie? Like, no. Listen, in life, the comment section on all these videos, people like to bet with the exception as if the rule is not going to count. But the pig father, when it's time for money, they don't want to take them odds. They don't want to. People don't want to make decisions like there's money count. So what I'm saying is, like you said, Michael Penix, Jaden. Jaden could be a toss-up, but he's definitely better than McCarthy. You know what I'm saying?
They got Bo Nix ahead of
Caleb.
They got Bo Nix. Like if you look at the totality of Bo Nix's career, right? And I give him the ability to progress. Like you're gonna get better. You go in a different.
You ain't see him in the senior game. He looked like Auburn. He looked like the Auburn. And let me get it twisted. I read it. I ain't actually see it myself. But when they started saying, I was like, because y'all don't understand. Oregon got a coach. We've been saying that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a fan of Oregon's coach. I think that coach and I think that system. That's why the next quarterback, all the quarterbacks that they have, they're gonna play. You know what I'm saying? Great. I think Kalen DeBoer is a good coach, but I think Michael Penix was that heat because I'm starting to look back at Indiana and be like, well, you've been doing this. You just had a chance. So, and that's my point. People are doing these things, year in and year out when they're healthy. They're already showing flashes of greatness. I don't know. Even Drake May is probably. It's just the North Carolina thing. He didn't play garbage. And there are games he played above average. He just didn't look good. And for people that didn't like Tyler, he looked like a lot like Tyler. He just started playing. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? At all.
So you know what I'm saying? I mean that Sam Howell group, Sam Howell, Trubisky, like the boys are like.
I never believed in those quarterbacks. I think they were great in college, or at least above average. But when I did not think that this was going to translate to the league. And like I said, if we keep a score, me and you, we be hitting. We be like, look, you know what I'm saying? And to me, those guys, those other quarterbacks from those small schools that we're not talking about, second, third, fourth, fifth round, that's where you're looking for the money because those dudes can ball. I mean, look at Miami with Cam Ward. Cam Ward is somebody, and he's going to be there next year. He's going to enter in the draft. But yeah, and it's really going to be about what he does this year. But so far, every year he's looked good. I know that there's some flaws there, but that's why I'm really looking at him like, you know what? Mario is a great evaluator at talent. He's like, nah, I need him. They went in. And so listen, he balls out of Miami, he'll be in the first round. Even if we don't win all the games, he'll be in the first round. We can go 8-4. As long as he look good every game, he can go in the first round.
All right, last thing I want to ask you, we wrap this up. What do you think about the HBCU combine and them having a separate combine, like it's just being separated just for them? And do you think like they're giving HBCU talent enough looks? Because a lot of HBCUs, if you see, there's a lot of transfers from big Power 5 conference schools, and they just transfer down and just keep playing. But you think they're giving HBCU players like legit looks?
Yeah, and I say that because every year it gets more and more exposure. I think Dion, you know what I'm saying, is a large part of that. But you already know, man, fam alumnus. So I definitely remember, you know what I'm saying, DBs, you know what I'm saying, coming out of FAMU, you know what I'm saying, and I think traditionally they probably got passed over and had to prove it as an undrafted free agent. But I think now those GMs that are smart, that are really looking for steals, nah, man, those guys can go in the late round. And I think things are getting better. I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying? We got a bias toward HBCU, so we always gonna feel like, you know what I'm saying, put more of a microscope. But now I think that, and then even showing the games where it's like, you know what? We have an HBCU game of the week. Yes. I definitely think it ain't never enough, but nah, man, we at an all-time high right now. If you ball out and you don't went to Prairie View State, or you don't went to FAMU, or you don't went to Hampton, or you don't went to, you know what I'm saying, in any one of the schools, Bethune-Cookman or whatnot, yes. You know what I'm saying? You know, Flomo got a team. I don't know if you know that. So yes, man. Yes, yeah, they in the right direction with that.
All right, well, sure, man. Like always, make sure you tap in with us, jump in them comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your auntie, tell your bow-legged auntie with the big booty. You know what I'm saying? Tell her to tell her friends to go ahead and tap in with us. You know, we haven't seen your face in a while, so it's good to see that face again back on here.
Now, okay. Back on the scene with the gangster lean to the players. Woo!
But shit, till next time, it's your player partners from the bottom of the map.
From the bottom of the map.
We gone.
Go.